Baccarat from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today we're gonna continue the top 10 heroes and we're gonna do Footman. I know that it's the one that you are waiting the most because obviously the Footmen are usually, since long time, the best units, have the best heroes who are dominating. So let's go and let's watch the differences that we got, because we got a new hero as Drupal, who is an infantry support. So let's see what this guy have to tell us. So in the top 10 we have Harald the Gustav healer. So we actually now are using a lot Gustav, not as a front row because he is a tank, he's a very good tank, but he actually does some support, and you don't really necessarily need to be in the front row to do the job. So if you are playing with another tank, he can be doing as a support with the skills to protect the allies. So here we have him as a support, tanky support with healer, but it's not the best combo to do. So this is really out of meta. Then we have Harald, Lahir, and Kinknut. So bad legion in my opinion. Don't use it. Then we have top 8 Harald, Lahir, Hellfire. I'm also not fan of this legion. Is doesn't have enough healing, so Harald gonna die too much fast, so I don't like this. Top 7 we have Harald, Hellfire healer, so a legion that is still working since long. Still a good legion, not the best one, but still works. Totally works. Top 6 we have Harald as Drupal and healer. So as I said in my video about Drupal, I was seeing him as a kind of Hellfire, and actually I'm not that wrong. So he is, it seems, working better than the Hellfire. I believe that it is actually, because he have a little bit more healing and some spells are a little better than Hellfire. So yeah, if you have Drupal, you can totally play this legion. It's really playable. It's going to be a good legion. Then top 5 we have Harald Bleeding Steed healer. So this one, a lot of people use it, so nothing to say. It's still on the meta, still working, not the best, same as with Hellfire, but it's totally worth to play if you don't have other heroes that we're going to talk upper. Then top 4 we have again, so actually all the legions have Harald. So Harald as Drupal and Lahir. So I'm not a big fan of this legion because there's actually not enough tankiness regardless of the heroes we have. Lahir gonna work more to disarm, put some negative status on the enemy. As Drupal have a little of healing, but it's not enough, so it's not my favorite one from far in this list. So I would not really recommend this one. I really prefer what we're gonna have upper. So it's playable, I believe, but not. I don't really think it's good enough to be playable compared to the others that we have in the top 3. And for me, the top 3 are really the top things that you can do with those heroes. So we have Harald Gustav as Drupal, and this legion I particularly love it. I think it's really working very well. I saw some people burning me with this legion, really burning my legion with Alex, etc. This is really strong. I don't know actually why this is so strong. It's kind of curious, but it's just that Gustav gonna make the Harald even more tanky, a lot of tankiness. Then we have the 2 heroes who also are doing a healing, so it's gonna really help to sustain this Harald, and it's gonna do really great. It's gonna tank a lot. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but tanks a lot, so it's a great legion to play. Top 2 we have Harald, Lahir, and the healer. So Lahir definitely is working better than, for example, Hailfire with Healer or Asdrubal. But I honestly am not a fan. I would actually prefer to play Bleeding Steed with Healer. I think it's really more worse if you have the skin of Bleeding Steed. For me, it's stronger than this Arad Lahir Healer. So we are talking about a combo with Healer, obviously. For me, the combo with Healer, Bleeding Steed is the best one to do. So I'm not a big fan of this one, but it's playable for me, but not the best. Really not the best. If you have Bleeding Steed, play Bleeding Steed instead of Lahir. But then we go for the top one, so it's the same as last season. So Arad Lahir Bleeding Steed, still the top one legion in my opinion. Actually, it's really pretty equal with Arad Gustav Asdrubal. For me, those two legions are the way to go for this season. If you are playing infantry as a main, I really recommend to play those two legions, the top one and the top three. For me, they are the more solid, really the more solid compared to the others. So it's really the top. If you want the top of the infantry, the top one and top three, are the way to go. So let's go now with the paid list. And for the paid list, let's start, and it's gonna be deceptive a lot because there's a lot of paid heroes, obviously. And we start with Archer, Lahir, and Theodora. I don't like this combo, so to be honest, it's not great. Really not great. Actually, no one plays this, so let's just skip it. Then we go for top 9. And we have again Archer, Lahir, and Gustav. As you can see, Gustav also played as a kind of support. So it's a top 9. It's also, for me, not one of the best to do. Top 8, we have Harald, Theodora, Cleopatra. So this legion was very strong seasons ago, but definitely Cleopatra now is not working very well. So I don't really like the legions with Cleopatra anymore. They're not working well this season, actually, so not a big fan of this. Top 7, we have Archer, Gustav, and Alexander. So I don't like this legion also. There's not enough healing. Archer gonna take too much damage and die too much fast, so I'm not a fan of this. Top 6, we have Harald, Lahir, and Alexander. So this is a good legion, but also the same problem. I don't like it much because there's a lack of healing. And for me, it's really hard to play Harald if there's not at least one healer. Even if it doesn't heal a lot, but still a little bit of healing, it's helping a lot Harald to tank the damage and to make the counters. So for me, not a fan. Definitely better to do with those heroes. Top 5, and now we're talking. We have Harald, Lahir, and Theodora, and this legion, I love it. It's extremely strong, and very hard to counter, really a lot, and I'm going to explain why it's so hard to counter, because this legion is based, of course, with Theodora, who's going to heal a lot Harald, because Harald, more damage he's going to do, more he's going to heal, regardless Theodora skills. So this is strong, of course, Theodora with Harald. And then you have Lahir, and Lahir does a lot of control. And the thing is that usually when you're played against legions who have a lot of healing, who do a lot of healing on the turns, you need to have a legion who's going to do a lot of damage and kill very fast. So this legion, Theodora, not going to have time to heal enough, and you can kill fast an Harald if you really throw a lot of damage in the first round. But the thing is that Lahir, he's doing some silences, disarming, and the problem is that this is very strong against those legions, glass cannon, who do a lot of damage. So that makes it very hard actually to kill this legion. I really think it's hard, very hard to kill this legion. The best thing I found out is to use cavalry with Tura Cartel. But I would not say it's really a counter. It's doing okay because Tura Cartel, of course, is a hero made to fight against the healing combos, but really, really hard to kill. I really love this Legion. So if you guys want to spend for one hero, I really recommend to go for Theodora, because this Legion is really very, very strong. Even if she is only top 5, really it's one of the best Legions. Really, 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 really strong. So let's go for the top 4, and we have again Harald, we have Theodora, and we have Alexander. So Alexander is in the last row because with the skin, he's going to do more damage, because it's going to depend which row he's going to do. He's going to have different particularities with the skin. So with the skin in the last row, he does more damage. So that's what we want on this combo. So this combo is very strong. I love it. Very strong. Very, very, very strong. So Theodora healing, Harald who does a lot of damage, and then Alexander also who does tons of damage in the back row. So very, very strong Legion also. Then we go for the top 3, and we have Harald, Theodora again, and we have Gustav. And again, Gustav is actually better than using Alexander in the back row. Why this? Because this Legion is so tanky, so tanky. A lot of healing, a lot of tankiness with Gustav, because Gustav gives a lot of tankiness to the Legion. So this is very strong. It's a Legion who don't do a lot of damage, but tanks like hell. So you're going to really be able to go through a lot of Legions with this, because you don't need to use much troops to gain your fights. So that's a very good Legion. I love it. Top 2, we have Harald, Gustav, and Alexander. So we just switch through the heroes. So here, actually not my favorite one. I don't like this much because we don't have enough healing. For me, it's not enough tanky. So I really prefer the top 3, for example, with Theodora than this Legion, but it's for sure working because you just put very strong heroes together and they're going to do tons of damage with Alexander and Harald. But I really would prefer to play the top 4 than the top 2. But it's still a very strong Legion. And then we go for the top one when we have Archer here and Alexander. So actually, why suddenly we have Archer? Because Archer was not in the top Legion since a long time. It was not that great. It's because he got a buff. He got really a nice buff. He does more damage. They changed his skills. And obviously with the skin, it's going to be even stronger. So this hero with the skin is really very strong. If you don't have the skin, really this Legion not going to work that well. This or another. If you don't have skin, Archer is not great. Totally not great. But if you have the skin, really you must play this hero. You must play this Legion. It's not very much used because it's not a lot of people have the skin with Archer actually, so people don't use it a lot, but it's a very strong Legion. I would not say it's so much differently strong than the Legions that we have in the bottom. Actually, the Legions that we have with the bottom are really great. It's not a must-have to go for the Archer skin to play this Legion. Really, you can play totally the top 2, the top 3, the top 4 Legion without any problem. The top 5 also with Theodora. It's going to be really great enough. You really don't need to have Archer to be doing that great. So I don't recommend you to go for the skin to play this Legion because the other Legions are doing very great. So to conclude about this, so when you look actually for the list, I'm going to just give you a quick checking. But if you look for the free-to-play best Legion, it's going to be actually the same than the free list. Yeah, it's top 21. So this is the free best that you can do, but doesn't change regardless the other list. So yeah, of course, Infantry is still very, very strong and dominating the meta, except that Legion with Alhara, who is horrible. But obviously, Infantry is a good, very, very good type of units to play as a free-to-play. And if you can buy one hero like Theodora, it's going to be even great. You can do really great things with this because you just can play this Legion with Lahir. You just need Theodora, and this Legion going to be super strong. So yeah, definitely good to play Infantry in this season. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you for the next, and peace out.